Genesis chapter 39. Joseph and Potiphar's wife. 1. Joseph had been taken to Egypt, where the Egyptian Potiphar, Pharaoh's officer and captain of the guard, bought him from the Ishmaelites who had taken him there. 2. The Lord was with Joseph, so that Joseph prospered and took up residence in the house of his Egyptian lord. Joseph was attractive and good-looking. 3. When he realized that the Lord was with him and that he made him prosper in all that he accomplished. 4. He pleased Joseph and made him steward of his estate. Potiphar left his house in his care and entrusted him with everything he owned. 5. Since leaving him to take care of his house and all his possessions, the Lord has blessed the house of the Egyptian because of Joseph. The Lord's blessing was upon all that Potiphar possessed, both at home and in the field. 6. So he left everything he had in Joseph's care, and cared about nothing except his own food. 7. And after a while his master's wife began to covet him, and invited him, "Come, lie down with me." 8. But he refused and said to her, "My lord does not care about anything in your house, and all that he has left in my care." 9. No one in this house is above me. He denied me nothing but the lady, because she is his wife. How could I, then, commit something so wicked and sin against God? 10. Thus, although she insisted on Joseph day after day, he refused to lie down with her and avoided being near her. 11. One day he came into the house to do his chores, and none of the servants were there. 12. She grabbed him by the robe and invited him again, "Come on, lie down with me." But he fled the house, leaving the cloak in her hand. 13. When she saw that, in fleeing, he had left the cloak in her hand. 14. He called the servants and said to them, "Look, this Hebrew was brought to us to insult us. He came in here and tried to abuse me, but I screamed." 15. When he heard me scream for help, he dropped his cloak beside me and fled the house. 16. She kept the cloak with her until Joseph's lord arrived at the house. 17. Then he repeated the story to him, "That Hebrew slave you brought us approached me to insult me." 18. But when I screamed for help, he dropped his cloak beside me and fled. 19. When his master heard what his wife said to him, "This is how your slave treated me," he was indignant. 20. He sent for Joseph and threw him into the prison where the king's prisoners were placed. Joseph was in prison. 21. But the Lord was with him, and treated him kindly, granting him the sympathy of the jailer. 22. So the jailer put Joseph in charge of all those in prison, and he became responsible for everything that happened there. 23. The jailer did not care about anything that was in Joseph's charge, because the Lord was with Joseph and gave him good success in all that he accomplished.